Hey, I'm Chris from Make Everything, and today I'm going to show you something you might not even know existed, which is called abrasive cord. Basically sandpaper on a string. I'm going to show you how to use it and when to use it. Check it out. All right, so here I've got some 1.4 millimeter abrasive cord. This is aluminum oxide cord. It comes on a roll like this. This one is 15 meters long. And it is, if you look at the label here, it is aluminum oxide 150 grit. Now, this is a piece of 3/16 thick brass, and I just have some holes in it. Now, a perfect application for something like this would be, to open up a hole like that. Now, you can cut this stuff just with a knife, and this will thread right through that hole. And I can sort of ream out that hole very, very precisely. And by doing this, if I was in an area where I couldn't get to this with like a countersink, I can actually clean up any of the burrs that might be on the outside simply by pushing a piece of abrasive cord like this through the hole and then leaning it over as I sort of pull it through, right? Because that sort of draft angle as this is pulling down is going to remove some of the burr from that corner. So another application I can see for an abrasive cord like this is on kind of a wooden handle. Now, if you're like a knife maker or a tool maker and you want to add some kind of grip lines, you could use something like this to more organically sort of wrap around your piece to create those kind of cut-ins. Now, you can obviously use a small needle file for something like this, but with a cord, you're able to really wrap around that curved finish, especially if this was like totally rounded. So, you can basically take this and work it back and forth. And the idea is that you want to get that initial kind of groove cut in. But once you get that initial groove cut in, you can sort of, work along and rotate the cord as you're going. And I'm using kind of like a medium pressure, but what that's allowing me to do is allow this cord to sort of naturally wrap around the material and create, this sort of tapered groove. Now, obviously, you could do this with a round file, but if you're trying to work around something that is not square, it's a little more natural to just pull a string around it like this and get that kind of jimping or grooving, whatever you want to call it. So here's another good example. These numbers I cut on my CNC. Now, if you're like a scroll saw person or a sign maker, when you get into these like tiny little details, it can be hard to sand them out, especially because you might have a file that'll fit just in there, but it'll modify the shape. Now, kind of cool thing to do with this is you can just clamp them in the vise. But the other thing that you can do is you can clamp a little bit of the actual abrasive cord in the vise, and then you can run the part on it, and it's a little bit faster. So now I've got the cord clamped in the vise, and then I just stick the cord through the part, and then I can pull the cord tight and sort of just move the little part on there so that I can quickly just move through a bunch of different pieces. And all I'm really trying to do is remove that burr so that when I go to paint this, I have a nice smooth inside of a letter. But it's certainly faster than clamping each individual piece. And it's super easy to control. I mean, if you had 100 of these pieces to do, you could easily do them without, significant effort. It's also a little bit easier on your hands than holding a needle file. All right, so here is a failed water jet part that I misdrew on the computer, but we're gonna pretend that this is exactly what it's supposed to look like with these notches and cutouts and holes. Now, if this was our finished part and I needed to get in there and do any finishing on these, it would be almost impossible to get a file in there. These are very small holes, and the only abrasive cord that I can fit through it is my 0.8 millimeter cord. But look at the way I have access now to deburr and sand these features. There's really no other way other than using a micro size file to get in there and do that work. Now this is titanium, so you're gonna use a good amount of aluminum oxide cord if you're trying to finish a part like this, because titanium is particularly hard on abrasives. But the idea that you can actually get in here and do any work is something that you wouldn't be able to do without something as versatile as an abrasive cord. We can even get into these pierce holes with this very small cord. It's like threading a needle. And because I have really sharp edges, I'm using super light pressure, because if you'll see, if I pull hard, I can snap that cord. But you know, that's why they sell this stuff by the roll. So if you need any more of it, you can just sort of pull more through, and you can keep doing the detail work on that particular feature of the part and really get into places where you could never get with anything else. Okay, so just to give you an idea of the different sizes that this abrasive cord comes in, here's 5 different sizes. We have 2.1 millimeter, 1.8 millimeter, 1.4 millimeter, 0.8 millimeter, and 0.5 millimeter. Now you can imagine this is half a millimeter thick. It is very, very small, and this is the most likely to kind of break under stress. The ones I use the most are 2.1 and 1.8 because they just have a little more strength to them, and there's obviously just more abrasive, right? Around the edge of this cord, you've just got more abrasive, more to use, and just more strength. But I just thought this was a good comparison to show you the different sizes if you were considering getting any of these, you know, for any particular purpose. All right, that about does it for this video. So you can see that something like this is not something that you're going to use every single day. But if you make signs, if you make metal parts, if you make plastic parts, if you do any model making or anything like that, this is the kind of thing where you absolutely want to just have one roll of it in your toolbox, because if you use it one time, it is worth it. For me, having a water jet here and a CNC and a laser, there's a ton of times where I could use this to, you know, like I showed you with the little letters, clean out little inside profiles, clean out stuff on the water jet, get inside brass and aluminum parts. Now, these are aluminum oxide. They do make one size in silicon carbide, but it's very, very small. So for the most part, you're going to be using an aluminum oxide abrasive. It's going to work best on a softer material. It's going to work great on wood, brass, cast metal, cast aluminum, stuff like that. That being said, it will work on steel, titanium, all that stuff, but you're obviously going to get less mileage out of it if you're using it on a harder material. Now, for me, these are the types of things where, you know, you just want to have the awareness of it in your shop, because every now and then I do a project where I make something with a profile I just can't quite get to with a file, and I need to just refine it because I need to hand it over to somebody. I make, you know, knives and little kind of handheld things that I want to be soft to the touch, right? So I can't have any burrs on them, and I don't want to sandblast them or bead blast them. So something like a little abrasive cord, stick it through a hole, do a little bit of sanding, can kind of just clean things up a little bit. It's not expensive, it's easy to kind of have around, and I'm sure there are tons of applications and tons of specialty sort of projects and trades that people can think of and, you know, say, oh my God, I could definitely have used these. So if you know anything specific that you could use this for, leave a comment down below. I know a lot of guitar makers use this when they're doing, I think it's called the fretboard. I'm not a guitar maker, but I have seen guitar makers use abrasive cord like this. If you want to learn where to get some of this stuff and learn more about the Fared tool catalog, because that's where I got it, you can see the link down below. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, more videos about cool and interesting tools in the shop, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, and like I said, leave a comment down below if you can think of an application for abrasive cord and maybe a time that you could have used it or think you might use it in the future. If you want to see what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, follow me right here at Make Everything Shop on Instagram. Post pretty much every day, answer questions, and show projects and products along the way. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one here on my channel. Thanks again.